the performances were so good, we did 3 tonight. So we did Jessica Penne, Vincente, and Miles Johns. They all won $50,000. So congratulations to them. John Morgan.
What's going on? Oh, I might be surprised that Ciryl Gane didn't get a performance bonus. I mean, I think he's got bigger paychecks coming on the way anyway. But
yeah, no, he did have a great performance. That's true. Well, how come we didn't talk about that in there? That was Sean. That's right. Yeah, Ciryl. Fuck it, he gets $50,000 too. There you go. Good job, John Morgan. Get all the credit for that one.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's true. Ciryl Gane should absolutely get the performance.
Yeah, can you talk about what you saw on their night? Because, I mean, we knew he was a great fighter, right? Undefeated, but he was criticized a little bit for his last 2 performances, being too careful, too patient, not engaging enough. Here it seems like he showed a little bit of both sides, right?
Well,
he was smart and then got it done.
I got asked that during press day, and apparently one of the guys was saying that I had said that he was a boring fighter. I don't ever remember saying that. I don't ever remember calling him boring. Listen, if I said it, I'll own it. But I think that this guy has a style. He's a big, powerful, badass heavyweight who moves like a middleweight. You saw tonight what he was able to do to Derrick Lewis. Completely shut him down. The punch that I don't know specific numbers, but it was in the hundreds, and Derrick was like 3. I mean, he completely shut him down, put on a clinic, looked good doing it, made it look easy against a guy who can turn the lights out with 1 punch. This kid's super talented, and listen, when you start getting sucked into listening to people talk about, oh, you're boring and you're this and that, you got to tune that shit out and fight your style and fight the way that you fight. And that's what he did tonight. The other thing that impressed me with him is I was curious to see how he was going to stand up to the pressure of his first big main event. The crowds. It's definitely different. And you're in his backyard. You're in his hometown. So the guy couldn't have shined any more than he did tonight.
Yeah, no question. Can you talk about what he means to the company? Now, obviously, France is a new territory. It's finally legal now. Can't necessarily go there right now, but I mean, is that exciting when you get somebody that's a champ from another country? And what does that mean?
What do I always say? Everything in life is about timing. And this kid becomes the heavyweight champion tonight, and we worked long and hard and spent a lot of money to get France done. And here we are.
That's nice. Now, you made it clear, obviously, the next fight is the unification fight. Francis Ngannou is next. Francis came out this week and said it's been radio silence from the UFC. He hasn't heard anything, so...
There's nothing to hear. He wasn't fighting this weekend. What was there to hear?
So do you have any idea how when that fight could possibly happen, or how soon you'd like to do it?
Do I ever know the night of the fight, when that fight will happen?
Sometimes, every now and then.
Never. I never know. Yeah, so, ASAP, we'll get it done as soon as it's possible to do.
Just a couple quick ones outside the main event. Jose Aldo just continues to defy Father Time. What do you think about him, and what do you see? I mean, it's obviously a title fight is what he wants. That's not available now, but do you see matchups like a Dillashaw, Cruz, something like that makes sense for him?
Tonight was a very tough fight for him and a dangerous fight, especially if, a guy like Pedro who's ranked number 9, and Jose looked awesome tonight. Looked so good tonight. I thought that when I saw him at the press conference, he looked super skinny to me, when he was cutting, but physically he looked unbelievable tonight. He was ripped to shreds like back in the day when he was a champ, and he had the cardio, speed, the leg kicks again. I mean, he looked nasty tonight.
Last one I want to ask you about was Luque. He's kind of we've had this deep welterweight division, but he hasn't really been in that conversation with like the Edwards, the Covington, the Masvidal. He hasn't been there. Do you feel after tonight he deserves to be in those same conversations?
Well, he is now. You can't talk without talking about him now. First of all, that kid is fun to watch. When he beat Woodley, Woodley's former world champ, but Woodley hadn't won a fight in 3 years. You know what I mean? He beat Woodley. Okay. Tonight, not only did he beat Michael Chiesa, but when he went for that choke, I was like, why are you trying to submit Michael Chiesa? Get back up on your feet and whatever. And he got it, and he did it. I love to watch that kid fight. He's exciting. He's a killer, and I look forward to what's next for him. And yes, you can't talk about all the top guys in the world without talking about Luque now.
Dana, there's no way you could have scripted this on your right. There's no way you could have scripted this. Derrick Lewis had no reason fighting Ciryl Gane. The guy that he should have fought was Francis Ngannou. Ciryl Gane and Francis Ngannou were teammates. Now Gane is the interim, and when you make this heavyweight unification, it's between two former teammates where there's been some bad blood in there when Ngannou left their camp. There's no way you could have scripted this. I mean, this works perfectly in your
Thank you,
opinion,
sir.
right? I'm asking. It works
I could not agree with you more. You are correct.
Dano.
Great. It's badass. And what I love is when we were going into this fight, I was telling everybody, and it's absolutely true, you have two of the best possible heavyweights in the world fighting each other. You have the guy who beat Francis Ngannou, right? And a guy who's undefeated with the whole backstory that you just said, right? This fight got a lot of heat, created a lot of interest. Ciryl Gane goes out tonight. He looks incredible. Like he said earlier, we've been working a long time on getting France open. France is open now, and we just got a TV deal in France, and here we are. And now the two, what you always want to do when you either build fighters, build fights, or put on fights is you want to have the best possible guys fighting each other that you possibly can. It doesn't get any better than this. You couldn't write it. You couldn't script it. Fucking Vince couldn't have wrote a better script for this whole thing. It's beautiful, and I agree with you, sir. And I'm glad you noticed.
Last one. Do you think Derrick Lewis, the pressure was too much for him?
No.
Because when he came out, though, he looked a little tensed.
Ciryl Gane was too much for him. Ciryl Gane moves like a middleweight. His footwork is unbelievable. This guy stays on his toes the whole time, stays on the outside and picks you apart. He is a very talented fighter. And he's also, his fight IQ is through the roof. This guy's the real deal. Him and Francis is a badass heavyweight fight.
Great script.
Yep.
Dana here. What's up, buddy?
How are you?
So we talked about Francis, Derrick Lewis. You ain't said nothing about Mr. Jones. Is he just the odd man out? Are you calling his phone?
He's not fighting until next year. It's 2021, my brother. He's not fighting until 22.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.